Hey everyone, I'm Susan Parker. Should I eat wheat or should I not eat wheat? Many people stay away from wheat because they have a gluten allergy, or maybe they've already been diagnosed with celiac disease and so they're afraid of that. And that is a whole discussion in itself, because once you clean up the gut, you might be able to eat things that you once couldn't. So it doesn't mean that you can't forever eat it. Other people really enjoy wheat type products because they're so much better than what we know as the white stuff. They're lower in the glycemic index, and it's great for people with diabetes or who are watching their blood sugars, because it really helps to lower the blood sugars. And so we have some wheat fans. Once people lose weight and start to transition, they're really looking for ideas on what can I eat. And so we're going to talk real quickly about wheat. Here is another something to consider. So wheat is modified a little bit. There is actually a substance in it called gliadin. And gliadin is the protein in wheat gluten. And why is that modified? Because basically with hybridization, where they've taken the parent plants and they combine two parent plants to make us the strongest baby plant, this has happened over time and gliadin has modified. And so because gliadin is the protein that is in wheat gluten, we have to say, well, what is gliadin and what does that actually do? So gliadin, when we eat it or eat the wheat, unleashes a feel-good effect in the brain. It actually can cross and morph and cross the blood-brain barrier, and then it can attach to the brain receptors, the opiate receptors in the brain. So what does that mean? It means that it's going to increase your appetite. And this is the problem that we're seeing with so many of the foods today, is people have this insatiable hunger. They just have a ton of hunger. They can't help it. It's the food noise that everyone talks about. So rather than just naturally going for these shots or something that we think is going to fix us, how about if we look for the real solution to the problem, which might be what we're already eating? Or once you've lost the weight and you want to get off of those, because we don't judge people for why they're choosing to do something, but there is an underlying cause. And so we have to look at what that is. And so what can we do at that point? So if you've lost the weight, those shots are not something that you want to stay on long term because of the side effects that we've seen, the thyroid cancer in lab rats, or other conditions like it increases depression and anxiety because you're not absorbing the B vitamins you need. People can't eat as much protein, and so there's muscle loss. So again, if you need those for a short time, there's no judgment in that, but it's not a long-term solution. So what is? Looking at the foods we're eating. So as you transition, and if you're trying to decide whether or not to eat wheat, just know that because of the gliadin modification, what that does, and attaching to the opiate receptors in the brain, it increases appetite. So on average, we've seen that people that eat more wheat tend to eat more calories in a day. That could be one of the underlying causes, and there's great choices you can make besides wheat that are still going to keep the glycemic index down, that are still excellent sources for you. So instead of looking at, oh, I can't have this, poor me, we work on mindset shift changes too, as to what can I have? Am I eating it because it helps the brain, because it helps gut health, because it builds muscle and bones? Those are some things we look at, and I would love to help you too. So I hope this helps give you a little bit more information on wheat and helps you make some better decisions.